Hi, Dave here. Today we're going to look at something a little bit different. Today we have here the biggest slasher that Land Pride currently make. So this is our heavy duty 20-foot Land Pride slasher. So this is our folding wing slasher, so still able to maneuver and get through all your gates. And we're just going to show you some features on this today and why this is a perfect machine for your wide slashing application. On the tractor, it's got a couple of options. So it does have a 540 or 1000 RPM gearbox for your main drive, and then a 210 horsepower on the wings as well. So very suited to anything from 70 horsepower up to 250 horsepower to cover these wide areas a lot faster for you as well. So let's run through the front hitch setup here as well. So the front hitch is all pivot, so it'll go forward and back, and it'll angle side to side with your swinging hitch here as well. So very good for your undulation. It's going right through as well. So it's got adjustments which we'll show you on the back of the machine as well. So it doesn't matter on your drawbar height on the tractor. You can change the leveling rod through the center of the slasher just so it's always at a nice constant level for you and give you a nice clean cut. So very suited to a lot of different size tractors with drawbar heights, so you can get the best possible cut out of this machine. From there, so you got your hydraulics set up. So you'll need two sets of remotes, one set of dual remotes for your folding of the wings, so raising and lowering. The other single remote is just for your height. So hydraulically you control the height of cut. And once you set the leveling right up, the slasher will lift and raise level. Doesn't matter how you set the hydraulics up for your cutting height of the machine. So cutting height on the slasher will go anywhere from 2 inches to 12 inches or 50 mil up to 300 mil in cutting height. So very good variation in your cutting height to either give you a nice clean cut around your lawns or areas, up through a high cut if you're just trying to top through the paddocks as well. Front and rear as well, so you've got your chains just for your safety guards, so they're front and rear on the machine, so it's not going to throw any material out and break any windows or do anything. So safety chains the full way around the machine. There is skids on the front as well in case you hit any or come to any undulation, just so it'll lift and it won't dig into the grass. But otherwise it's pretty much running off the ground anyway. They're just there for any undulation, just to lift it for safety. Otherwise it's running on the drawbar and off the wheels on the back of the machine. So it's longer lasting for all these skids around the side. So there is replaceable wear skids around the side, so they are just bolted on. So you can change that if they do wear out, but like I said, it's not really running on the ground anyway, just there for a safety angle. And also for lift. So because it's such a wide cut, it'll actually, the outside wheels on both sides will actually change the angle. So we've got about a 15-degree up and down on the wings on each side, so it'll go through you and contour the ground very nicely for you. Moving around, so we've got, what do we got on here, eight wheels on this machine as well, because it's quite a heavy slasher. So 10 gauge steel through the deck of the machine, and we're about a 2.5 ton total weight. So quite a heavy slasher, built for really heavy applications and thicker shrubs and stuff that you're going to cut through without any issues. Moving around as well, so you'll see up here on this center cylinder, we actually got some springs. So it's like a suspension setup, just so when you're traveling at higher speeds and some rough ground, it's just like a shock absorber to give you a nice consistent cut and take any bounce of the slasher. Is just not going to lift off the ground if you hit any humps and bumps around here as well. So this is just the rod that runs from the center hitch through to the back. So if you need to make any adjustments to change the pitch angle of the slasher compared to the drawbar, you can easily make those adjustments here on the back of the machine. Around here, I'll just show you on the side as well. So on the left and right cylinders on your wings, there's like a threaded rod running through here. So that's just to change the two outside wing angles. So if for any reason there's a bit of play or they've changed angles, you can level the mowing deck out. So you can put it on a nice level slab and then change the angle of both of the wings on the left and right side, just to give it nice, consistent and flat cut across the total width of the machine. Moving around, does come standard on here, so it's got your brake and your blinkers as well. So for any road travel use, it does come with the registration kit standard on the machine as well. So you can see across the back, you've got all the chains for your safety across the back of the machine. We'll fold this up for you in a minute so you can see, but the blades on this machine have a 6-inch overlap, so you're not going to be missing anything or giving any sort of lines through the paddock. If it's set up nice and flat, it's going to give you a very good cut with the overlap of blades in there as well. So I'll jump up in the tractor, let's fold this up and we'll take a look underneath so you can see the strength of the mowing deck and blades underneath the machine. Beautiful. So now that's folded up, you can see exactly what's underneath. So these big flywheel dish underneath the machine, so that's on every wing and the center. So what that allows is like a stump jump. So this is spinning from the gearbox with the blades bolted to it. So with the curved dish on here as well, so this will allow it to jump. So if there's any stumps or rocks in the paddock, this is going to bounce and lift over it without doing any damage to the machine. It also allows these blades to fold in. So if it's hitting anything too heavy, all they're going to do is fold back in, and then with the momentum of the dish still spinning around, they're just going to fold back out once it's past the blockage or anything that it's hit. Benefit of the flywheel, I said, is a very heavy dish as well, so it's like just like that flywheel, just keeping that momentum up, just to take the workload off the tractor when it comes into anything heavy, and just to keep that momentum flowing easily, so it's easily worked by a smaller tractor. So as you can see, this one's hooked up just to a 9540, so 95 horsepower tractor, and this is easily capable of lifting hydraulic wise, but it also spin this slasher quite comfortably without having too many issues as well. So you can see this bottom blade, as it's hanging down, when it folds under, it'll have that very good overlap to the center blade through the machine. Moving around, you can see all of this weld underneath. It's just to strengthen the top of the deck up itself, but it also allows the top of the slasher to be nice and level and clean. So it's very easy to clean. It doesn't get a build-up of grass sitting on top of the mowing deck and rusting out or holding moisture. So it's very easy when it's folded out. Just when you're finished, you can just get the blower on there and clean it all off very easily without getting a build-up of grass and dirt on the top of the machine. We'll show you around the back just for transport locks on the machine as well. So we've just got transport lock here on the side. So just folding this arm down, locking down here on the bottom of the cylinder. So push that pin back in. So now when you're traveling down the road or you put the slasher back in the shed off a tractor, the wings aren't going to creep down on you for hydraulics. So just a safety lock on the side, just to keep it nice and safe when you're not actually using the machine. Now, that wraps up our walk around of the RCM4620. If you have any more questions on this, please reach out, give us a comment. We'll be happy to help you out. Thank you.